Good afternoon, LinkedIn Connections. Today there's a very special setup. And I greet today Catherine B. Roy, whom I met recently, and I will give you some more background later on that. Society is changing at a very fast pace. We've seen this just last week or the week before when the European elections were concluded. Politicians had a hard time to work with the results, and they have even accused some YouTube influencers of being manipulative by manipulating their followers, which have been in one case up to 10 million. So we will look into that today. Also with my videos so far, contributing and accompanying the SMEs with these fast changes. And also because everything is meanwhile connected to everything, and that is particularly true for business development, we want to talk today and dive a bit deeper into HR matters and IT matters with Catherine. A few words about Catherine. Catherine has invented a methodology. She is a book author, has nearly 200,000 followers on combined different platforms, and was named also top 30 under 30. My name is İlkay Özkısaoğlu. I'm a coach and consultant in business development. And before I dive into HR and IT topics with Catherine, to show you that we are from different generations, I'm a baby boomer and Catherine is what they call a millennial. Catherine, I've been grown up with Madonna, and also with Michael Jackson. What is your favorite song? Who is your favorite group?
First, thank you for this lovely introduction. And of course, I'm familiar with Madonna and Michael Jackson, but Beyoncé and Adele came a little bit later, and those are my favorites.
Very good music, very emotional, a lot of feeling. But that we will come later on during your concept. So as I mentioned before, I'm a baby boomer, you are a millennial. Some of the older generation owners, CEOs, maybe even mine included, my daughter, she's now 21, she's Gen Z and not millennial, so you are even older than millennial, think that millennials are a bit lazy. What do you think are the differences between the millennials and the baby boomers? And more importantly, what could millennials contribute to SMEs and their success?
Well, I heard about that concept about us being lazy, and I have to confront to that with all my knowledge of everything else.
Yeah, put it right. This is now your opportunity.
Yeah, thank you so much. To be honest, I perceive us millennials as a bridge between baby boomers and the Gen Z, because we lived in the different time than baby boomers, and maybe you perceive us as a little lazy because you had to do everything on your own. And we are generations which were introduced to the new technologies. So Gen Zs, they are like born with technology. They grow up with smartphones and PCs and all of that. And millennials were first generations who were actually introduced to new technology. So the fact that we are doing things faster than baby boomers doesn't mean that we are lazy, but we have more free time.
So you're working not hard, but smart.
You see?
Okay.
And the main value that we can provide, I believe, is completely different approach because I am a web developer for the last 12 years, and I perceive social networks and all other things that you can see on the internet as web applications. So I can see things behind the scenes, and I can get to know them much better and much faster than baby boomers who, you know, were not so familiar with the technology. So, and we go a lot deeper So, for example, when we are looking for a job or we are discovering something online, we go into social spying. You know, we know what to look, what is the correct information, what is not. So, I believe that you can provide us the security and analytics, and we can provide you new technologies which you can use for whatever you need in your business.
Now, Catherine, you have written a book about a methodology that you have created and invented. By the way, Catherine works quite well grounded in theory, which is basically one of the reasons why we have came along and exchanged some ideas. And what really surprised me, and it was a fun experience, is that your book, I mean, there are millions of books on Amazon, became a bestseller. And one of the reasons why it was a bestseller is, if I may say that this bluntly, you have cracked the Amazon algorithm. How did you do that? Why did you do that? And what was the result?
Well, as I said, millennials, we investigate. We go deep and we search for the best ways to do things. First of all, I would like to mention that I was working on my book 10 years. So it's not like just I sat and wrote a book. So if I put so much effort in it, then I wanted to get it widely known. And one of the reasons why it was a bestseller was really because I understood the algorithm. The second reason was because I was endorsed by one of the leading experts in the field. So the combination of celebrity endorsement from one side and understanding how web application works can really bring the best results. I will say that's not a secret, but my book was first in 6 hot new release categories. That is something you can fix. And it was first in 2 personal growth categories. What everyone else can do, if they can't reach the celebrity endorsement, which I had, actually they can search for the small category on Amazon. You know, in programming, everything is in tables and in categories. So if it is small category, then it's not high competition, right? So you have to compete with much less books and titles and authors. And on the other side, there is a time. Every web application uses timeline, like Facebook has timeline, Instagram has timeline, LinkedIn has timeline. Well, I guess Amazon has timeline, right? So what if my book is bought by many number of people in just exact time? Boom. So you need to have your community, you need to have your strong support following base, and you just need to, you know, touch their hearts before you come up with a book, and just politely ask them to buy it now.
Touch the heart.
Yes. So they all come and buy it at the exact same time. And that is how actually book is pushed up in the regular categories. Hot new release categories, they work differently. My book actually I was extremely surprised, but it was in front of Eat, Pray, Love by Elizabeth Gilbert, who I adore. And I didn't expect that. They were just calling me and telling me the results. But I understood it was based on the calculation and properly setting the keywords, the construction of the categories, and the celebrity endorsement.
Very smart move, Catherine, I have to say. As I said, I was very impressed by the results you gained. Now let's translate this to the startup scene, the SME scene. I mean, most of our followers, as you can appreciate, are probably inventing new categories in products, services. They may be already a long established company and manufacturing products, but doing innovations. And of course, now being myself as a freelance now 3.5 years on the market, it is very difficult to become in the mind and first in the mind in the people. And we should be always looking for ways in how we can promote our products in a marketing mix. I'm not saying that LinkedIn is the only way, but it's certainly one way in order to get first into the mind of the customers. And that these platforms are working with algorithms, it's becoming more and more known, and cracking these algorithms is a sort of a hobby. And I guess millennials are very well equipped in doing so. So any owner, managing director, CEO of a manufacturing company, I would advise them, have a look at millennials and put them into responsibilities of your marketing, or at least your marketing mix. Catherine, that was very inspiring discussion with you. I mean, we could, carry on with many, many other topics, but I would like to hear from both of our followers. Do you have questions related to millennials, HR topics, these algorithms? Leave them down below. Please follow Catherine and myself on Hacks regarding business development, and on her side it's rather more personal growth. And who knows, maybe we can have a second interview after we've seen your questions. Thank you for your attention. Thank you, Catherine, for your time, and all the best, and regards, greetings to Serbia.
Thank you so much. My pleasure.